Hey everyone, welcome back to the LBP Speedrunning Guide. Today we're going to be looking at the longest level in the game, the mines. Unlike most levels, you want to hold left as you're spawning, then drop down out of the minecart as it lands and spam circle to close the dialog box. Jump over the next two enemies and make your way down to the button to spawn the minecart. Jump off as it's about to go off the track, then if you can land in front of the debris in the corner, you can switch forward a layer and conserve your speed to jump past the enemies. It's kind of precise and there isn't really a consistent setup for it. It could still be worth practicing though. But if you miss it, walk through as normal. To do this next part safely, you can press the button and pull the minecart over like normal, but there is a faster strat that's worth learning. If you skip the button, you can lever fling past the bridge or just pull it down. Head to the right and do a banana jump up the wall. To do this one, you'll aim right for the corner, then do the second jump earlier than normal. Holding neutral after the jump can help as well. If you are going for this though, it is a good idea to hit the button and lower the bridge, so the minecart will still arrive if you miss it too many times. Once you're up, time a jump to clear this gap and hop onto the elevator. Here you can jump in between the two enemies to get to the left faster, or play it safe by killing the first enemy, either by jumping under it as it goes up, or just by going around as intended. This launcher can be kind of unpredictable sometimes, but the most consistent setup for it right now is to walk straight off the edge, then as you leave the ground, start holding right straight away. This should get you up to the next platform nearly every single time. There is an LCJ here that skips this part, that you do by dropping from this ledge to get enough height, but it's really not that much faster. Pull out the sponge, fall down and continue to the right, trying not to hit the wall when falling. Then press the button and hop onto the minecart. Halfway through this minecart ride there's a chance it'll just completely stop, which you can't really do anything about. It just happens sometimes. Then at the end, time a jump as it crashes to get launched up and straight onto the next elevator. It might be a good idea to get this checkpoint, since this next part can be kind of risky, and because the previous one is so far away. On the elevator, you can keep switching down a layer to get to the bottom faster. The second elevator can be skipped altogether, by falling next to it and then fire boosting up to the last one, where you can walk off to the left once you've gotten past the fire, or even drop down again to skip the wait. After walking past the enemy, the race gate skip is kind of challenging since you actually have to do a bounce jump instead of a trip jump to get over it, but it's okay if you miss it. The fastest way to do the bomb section is to spawn 3 bombs about half a second apart from each other. Once you press the button the third time, quickly drop down and push the first bomb down the hill. Make sure the second bomb doesn't fall, and try to have it laying on its side. Now move to the back and have the last bomb grabbed and ready on its side as well. You need to time pushing the second bomb down using the third one, after the first bomb explodes. Then the same for the last bomb, after the second explodes. Once all 3 have gone off, you should be able to go over the wall. Having the bombs explode in the wrong way here is a pretty heavy time loss, so it's probably a good idea to take it a bit slow once you're starting. A safer option might be to spawn 1 bomb on its own, push it down and then spawn the next 2 to make it a bit easier. Press each of the next buttons and head up the 2 ramps as soon as you can. Hop into the minecart as it emerges, then you'll have to wait out this short auto-scroller. It seems that running back and forth and hitting the left wall speeds it up a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. Stand at the back once reaching the hill, and time a jump to land right in front of the checkpoint, where you can then change forward a layer, kill the enemy and bunny hop over to the wheels. The enemy's hammer is attached to a player sensor, so it'll never kill you if you do this, unless you jump over its brain. Get across the first 3 wheels, then go under the 4th one. If you tap the R1 button at the right time here, you can get a pretty nice swing off of it, and get a lot of speed to get out of this section. Just don't fall into the trap of riding the last wheel into the fire. We're going to be skipping the next minecart, so time a jump to land in this sloped corner after the button to get some nice speed going left, possibly from where the checkpoint is with an edge jump. Then keep slope jumping down until you're past the fire. There's a jump that's a little tricky here, but if you time it well, you can easily jump onto this little beam to then swing off the sponge to get into the new minecart. Again, it's some pretty heavy time loss if you miss it, so it's fine to just take the minecart as intended until you've practiced it. The next platforms are activated by player sensors, so you should stand near the back of the minecart so they don't kill the speed that you have. When getting out of the minecart, you can jump straight into the fire here to start falling immediately. Or if you move to the back layer, just fall past these beams and then move forward. Go straight for the final red wheel, and swing down and across it. The enemies can be in some pretty awkward spots sometimes, so take your time to kill them if you need to. You should kill the one in the back layer first if you can though, so that you move forward a layer onto the next enemy and avoid the wall. Fall down into the final section, edge jump from the drops and be careful not to be killed by the fire. There aren't any more checkpoints after this, and it takes about 30 seconds to get to the end from here, so you'll be losing a lot if you die. Once you've outran the basketball, Slope jump and then try to dialogue jump past Uncle Jalapeno, or just jump over him. Now walk up the slope and quit early to the pod once you reach the scoreboard. And we're now done with the mines. This is the longest level in the game and it has quite a lot of difficult sections with a lot of potential time loss, so it's something you'll want to practice and become consistent at. We'll see you next time when we finish up the canyons with Serpent Shrine. See you later.